What book did you read in school that you would never want your child to read? None. Children should be exposed to all kinds of books, age-appropriate, to expand their minds and challenge their perceptions. Advanced mathematics. Maybe this isn't the question, but I read a child called It as an elementary-age child. I bought it at the school scholastic book fair and was maybe 9 years old. Why on earth they thought that was an appropriate book for small children to be purchasing and reading, I will never know. The 90 Feet were a trip. If a book is banned, you need to read it. Edit. I'm aware it only asked what you don't want a kid reading, and it's not necessarily about censorship, but it also seems pretty open to interpretation. A book being good is subjective. Let the kid decide if it was worth the read for themselves. I'd never discourage expanding their mind and learning new things and different points of view. Shakespeare. Not because it is bad, but because it's not really meant to be read. It's a performance, you're supposed to watch it. The Scarlet Letter that hit was a grind. I love to read, but I wanted to claw my eyes out so I could stop reading it. A lot of people confusing censorship with, I don't want my kid to read that steaming pile of garbage. For me, it was beloved. Dianetics, or anything else by L. Ron Hubbard. Edited to explain why Dianetics was read in school. I was a junior in high school. Our AP World History teacher assigned us a project to research a world religion, outside of the Big Three. Half of the students chose Buddhism, a few chose Hinduism, a few Taoism, a few LDS, etc. But this was 05-06. And the Trapped in the Closet episode of South Park had just come out. Having never before heard of Scientology, I had to know if the episode was accurate. I know it's weak, but the ending to Of Mice and Men really messed up my 13-year-old brain. A day no pigs would die. I read it in the 7th grade and it still affects me in my mid-30s. Life is already sad enough. Which city are you not going to visit ever again and why? Egyptians. Here we go again. Cairo. I've seen everything I wanted to see there, but would never return. Tourists are treated like cattle there, by those involved in the tourist trade, much to the embarrassment of the many good Egyptian people who live in the city. Mobile, Alabama. There was a palpable aura of anger and resentment in that town that I'll never forget. Marrakesh, Morocco. Only place I've ever been have sworn I'd never go back to. After 2 days of walking around followed by groups of men and boys trying to touch my wife, who was dressed modestly with legs and shoulders covered, followed by aggression when either me or her voiced our displeasure with this, we gave up trying to sightsee and spent the rest of our vacation in the hotel. Pompeii. What a bunch of stiffs. Mos Eisley. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. I don't need to go back to Miami, or at least to South Beach. My husband and I went last year and it was a little bit of a nightmare. We always find fun together, so it was still a good vacation, but I'd rather spend money elsewhere. Egypt, Sharm el-Sheikh. The resort was fine. But stepping in the city market. Big aggressive vibe towards woman tourist. Even when the BF is next to her. Port-au-Prince was checking my watch every few minutes, counting down the days and hours until I could leave. It was a scary place where even those that are supposed to protect you are open to attacking and robbing, kidnapping, murdering you. Manila, full score traffic pollution poverty. Juarez. Walked across the border a few years back. Left after 20 minutes. Hey, wanna buy some cigarettes? No thanks, I'm good. Go F yourself, gringo. Had about 4 interactions like that in 10 minutes and GTFO. Atlantic City, New Jersey, if I can help it. Dallas. Endless subdivisions and strip malls and mega churches. And the name, Metroplex, tells you all you need to know about its charm. Bradford, UK. It just doesn't have a lot going for it, unfortunately. The sort of place where when people find out you are from out of town, they ask what you are doing there, but not in a sort of cheery, oh, what are you here for? Way, but seriously, why have you chosen to come here? Way. What are the dumbest lyrics ever in a song? Yeah, you got that yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yummy yeah, you got that yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yummy say the word, On My Way Yummy by Justin Bieber. Thunder, thunder, tune thunder, THTH thunder, thunder thunder, thunder, tune thunder, THTH thunder, thunder thunder, feel the thunder, tune, tune, lightning then the thunder, THTH thunder, 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 feel the thunder, tune, tune. Lightning then the thunder, thunder, THTH thunder, thunder, thunder thunder. I love Imagine Dragons but, dear God, what the hell? She's indecisive. She can't decide. Lyrics so nice had to say it twice. If you ever feel alone, don't forget where you belong by One Direction. Gap teeth in your mouth, so my icks gotta fit. Worst unintended self-burn ever. Dr. Dre, talking about his micro-enis, in a song defending his choice to run away and leave his friends behind in a fight. Really didn't think this one through. She got a big booty so I call her Big Booty. England is my city. Yeah, right. Picture that with a Kodak, or better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with a Kodak pitbull. I don't want to see a ghost, it's a sight that I fear most. I'd rather have a piece of toast. Watch the evening news. Life by Desiree. I walked a mile in your shoes. Now I am a mile away, and I've got your shoeies. My humps, my lovely lady lumps. God, it makes me want to do so many murders. Popping pills like zits while someone vomits on your mosquito its. How can I be homophobic? My itch is gay. Men of Reddit, what would be your response to a guy who suddenly starts flirting with your girl? Nothing, she is beautiful and I get it. When she shoots them down and they keep trying is when I would step in because it's harassment at that point and that is a problem. Went out with another couple. Walking through an area filled with bars, we hear some guy's catcalling our lady friend. Something along the lines of, "You're so hot, I would give it to you." And her boyfriend replies back, "And nothing for me?" She's a grown-up. She can respond to his flirting herself. I'd step in and say something. Not because I feel I need to or because my wife can't handle herself, but because I know her and she likes the feeling of being looked after. I know this because she's told me. He's got great taste and I hope he's got thick skin. Had a guy buy our margaritas when my GF ordered them for us at the counter. I thanked him from Across the restaurant. Free margaritas taste better. Why would anyone want to live in a cold climate? As a lifelong northerner, I can always layer up. If I'm in too warm of a climate, there comes a point where I can only take off so much before authorities get involved. Not as many dangerous insects, animals. Being sweaty and sticky ucking sucks lol. I hate the heat with a raging passion. And in the summer, I can't wear shorts or tank tops because I burn faster than a match to gasoline. Heat is just a major inconvenience to me. Winter can be unbelievably beautiful. The snow on the trees, how quiet and calm it can be, the icicles shining, and about a million more. Cold climates are so much more enjoyable when you dress warm and participate in the fun activities in winter to get outside and see the beauty. Allergies. When it gets below freezing, mold and pollen producers go away. It's immediately allergy relief until the spring. I grew up in a cold climate and I lived for a while in a hot climate. It didn't feel natural to me. I guess it's what I'm used to. Ladies, what are some things that can make a ick aesthetically pleasing? Make sure it's clean. Really clean. Put purple RGB lights on it. Being attached to a person I find mentally and physically attractive. Guys, listen. Top hat monocle quizzical mustache whip that ucker out and announce the arrival of Lord Richard Cockington-esque. Watch the panties teleport to the floor, guaranteed. Ock push-ups my friends, ock push-ups. Googly eyes. It really takes the edge off those random ick pics. A few shots of tequila. I don't mind pubic hair, but I prefer it not to be on the shaft if possible. Not a deal breaker by any means, though. What matters the most is cleanliness. Just wash it. Hopelessly early. The amount of men who don't know how to clean their icks properly is concerning. Like I can tell if you're dirty *SS hasest a sensitive skin moisture soap or nah cold sweat smile at it. I didn't mean like soap for aesthetics, like genuinely the difference visually between an good clean dick and a dirty one is noticeable. My ex had one of the most aesthetically pleasing dicks I have seen. He was average size, but it was so perfectly proportioned and symmetrical looking all over that I found it rather stunning. He was embarrassed as hell the first little while when I was admiring it. He said he'd never had someone pay such close attention to his anus before, sexual or otherwise. What's the biggest lie pop culture taught us about X and romance? That there is a point you reach where you get your happily ever after. Then you just get to coast. That's not how relationships work. It's not the moment he tells you at the nigh party how he loves that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out or when you get married in a big ball gown. It's all the little moments, the everyday caring, the small affections and the avoidances of trust pitfalls. They add up to a happily now. But here's not a point you can hang your hat up and say, okay, I got this marriage thing sorted out. Now I get to do whatever I want. That there's no such thing as cleanup afterwards. Everyone just has a slight, post-coital, glisten, that's about as far as it goes. No awkward umwaddle. No wet spot on the mattress that gets cold way too quickly so you both bend your bodies around it so you can still snuggle without touching it. No *X towel that probably should have been washed about 2 weeks ago and is getting to the point where it might make a worthy substitute for a crowbar with how stiff it is. Oh, and if you do it in a horror movie, you're 100% gonna die. That love is easy and relationships will have romance just fall into your lap if it's meant to be. Real life is not a movie and it gives people a very wrong image of what a healthy relationship looks like. For the love of God, do not interrupt a wedding. It will not go how you think it will. That you'll have it when you're a teen. If you don't have it while you're a teenager, you're an unlovable loser.